Greetings everyone, Craig Hester here with the Detente Watch Group and R2AWatches.com. Today we are talking about the flagship NE88 chronograph from Sturmanskie watches. Sturmanskie, the first watch in space on the wrist of Yuri Gagarin. This is actually from the Open Space Collection, celebrating the first spacewalk of Alexei Leonov. Now, you've seen me do videos in the past. I believe we did one at Basel a couple years back about the flagship chronograph from Sturmanskie, but since that time, Sturmanskie has come out with a couple of other models that I wanted to point out. The most recent one here is the first plated model in the flagship chronograph line, and this is the rose gold, that Russian red, deep rich red rose tone color with the deep black dial and the kind of orangey red pop of accents on it. This is just a beautiful stunner of a just well dressed, but I don't think you have to wear this dress, but this is definitely the dressiest of the flagship chronographs. And then the other one, been out a couple of months now, is the rich blue dial. And I'm going to tell you right now, especially with my bad reflections in this room that I do the videos in, you are not getting even close to the beauty of the color, the rich blue color with the sun ray in here on the blue one. And of course, this is also stainless like the other. I'm going to spend most of my time, and I'm just going to do a quick overview again of what this watch is all about with the beige one here, because it does give the least reflection because it doesn't have such a dark dial. In terms of just explaining it, again, those of you who know Sturmanskie, who've seen our videos in the past, you're familiar with this watch, but I'm going to give you a quick overview again. First of all, it is a fully functioning mechanical automatic chronograph. The movement in this is the NE88 from Seiko Epson. That is the top of the line movement for them. And this one happens to be number 8 of 500. This is a limited edition of 500. The column wheel chronograph, arguably the most coveted type of mechanical chronograph out there, that watchmakers and aficionados of watches love for a number of reasons. It is different than the cam-driven, which would be like the 7750 or the 3133, which I'm going to show you in a second how it works. It does have, as the name implies, a column wheel. And that wheel, it has a six-tooth, well, it's a six-tooth ratchet wheel. And it's designed to interlock with levers inside the movement. And those levers, it actually pops in and pops out, and that's a terrible way to put it, but it engages is probably a better way of putting it, to start and stop the chronograph. And because of that, you get this just whisper smooth action, just whisper smooth when you start it and stop it and then reset it, and everything just slams right back into place so beautifully. Whereas with the cam, there's a little bit of pressure going on. First of all, because of the way the rotor is set up here and the bridges on the back, I can't really show you the column wheel working through the exhibition case back, but again, you can just see the beauty of how that just starts and sweeps so beautifully in this 34 jewel NE88 movement. This is a 44 millimeter watch, 22 millimeter strap. It is 5 ATM water resistant. This is not intended to be a dive watch. It is just enough to handle everyday wear, because it is intended to be more of a dress watch, or at least not. The idea is not that it is a dive timepiece, the way it's put together. Surgical grade stainless steel, so forth, all the things you come to expect. It is sapphire crystal front and back on this one. At this price point, of course, you would expect that. Just a beautiful timepiece. I'm going to quickly show you one of my older Poliots here. The 3133 has the cam driven movement. So you can see this lever here, and when you push it, see how it releases that energy when it moves those levers. And that's why when you start a lever-driven chronograph, you get that little jump right at the start. It's not always the case, but it's something that you can see happening with a lever-driven or a cam-driven chronograph. You don't get that with a column wheel. So again, this is the Sturmanskie. It's based on the Open Space Collection. We call it the flagship from their collection. Only 500 of each style made for the world. This one is the one that's closest to what Alexei Leonov wore, which was called the Strela when he wore it, which means arrow in Russian. Sturmanskie, of course, meaning navigator. Again, the first watch in space on the wrist of Yuri Gagarin. 3 styles to choose from in the column wheel flagship chronograph. All of them with that just amazing, oh, I gotta give it a wind. Oh, I don't have it pushed in. Here we was hacking. So stop it. Resets beautifully. And then just look at the beauty of how that starts. Just the NE88 is just a fabulous, fabulous movement from Seiko Epson. You got the blue with the stainless, the rose with the black dial, and the stainless with the beige. I'm Craig Hester with the Detente Watch Group and R2A Watches. This has been the Sturmanskie NE88 Open Space Collection Flagship Chronograph. You don't want to miss it. Keep watching.